Well, no need to remind you, South Florida has been seeing a rash of mail theft.
And now the union representing the Postal Police is responding, saying they could help stop this booming crime trend if they were able to do their job.
Local 10's Christian De La Rosa is live in Hollywood with this Postal Police controversy. Christian.
Yeah, a lot of people may not know the U.S. Postal Service actually has a postal police force. We wanted to find out then why they have not been tracking down thieves who are stealing people's mail all over town. It's been a week since thieves ransacked over 100 mailboxes in a Doral subdivision off of Northwest 107th Avenue and 82nd Street. And at last check, police have not been able to make an arrest. This recent mass mail theft is part of a growing crime trend plaguing neighborhoods across South Florida.
There has never been a greater need for postal police officers.
You might have not seen them out and about recently, but the United States Postal Service does have a police force.
We're federal police officers. We carry firearms.
Frank Albergo is president of the National Postal Police Association.
We're highly trained. We specialize in mail theft prevention and the protection of postal employees.
But since 2020, the Postal Police has not been patrolling mailboxes or going after thieves. Albergo says instead they've been benched, restricted to only patrol places like post offices.
And who's suffering? Well, it's your postal customers who are having their mail stolen. The Postal Service made this change after interest arbitration hearing. It's clearly cost related.
A statement from the U.S. Postal Service sent to Local 10 News says in part, curtailing such use of PPOs was necessary to protect individual PPOs and the Postal Service more broadly from legal liability.
All law enforcement officers expose their agency to liability.
So in that same statement from the U.S. Postal Service, they tell us that since 2020, their postal inspectors have been the ones charged with tracking down thieves and patrolling mailboxes. But critics like the Postal Police Officers Association will tell you clearly they have not been able to keep up. And so they're working to try to get a bill passed through Congress to change that. Live in Hollywood, I'm Christian De La Rosa, Local 10 News.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out my video, and I wanted to cover a story I mentioned briefly at the end of my video regarding the rap session for the letter carriers, and it's about the Postal Police. I mentioned at the end how even though the Postal Police Union managed to win in arbitration, the arbitrator sided with them that the Postal Police should be able to follow carriers on their route and offer protection. They got shut down by the post office because the post office was worried about liability for themselves, and it really didn't make much sense because they were trying to say that the postal police are basically security guards for postal facilities instead of actual police, and that got a lot of pushback from the union and even surprisingly other police unions, federal police unions, and local police unions. And all of them got together apparently and talked with senators to try and pass legislation to try to correct that issue. And recently, late last year, two senators, Richard Durbin and Susan Collins, passed a bill, proposed a bill in the Senate that would try to define and give more authority to the postal police with the full authority of a regular police officer to conduct investigations and arrest individuals off postal property. And I think that's going to be a big help because the issue that Brian Renfro was mentioning was people aren't really being deterred from targeting mail carriers because there's no repercussions. The local prosecutors aren't able to, I guess, verdict on it because lack of funding or other issues where they're not able to prosecute. So that's failing to deter people from targeting the mail carriers for their arrow keys. And so this bill is looking to change that by giving them the full authority of regular police to go after people coming after carriers on their routes and to do more regular patrols. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.